guys, Sak here from SAKITECH, and in today's video what we have here is we have the OnePlus 9 Pro. In this video what we're going to do is we are going to be unboxing it, setting it up for the very first time, and do an initial review of this product. So let's dive in and get started. So we do have this nice rectangular box, so let's pull this up, okay? Alright, so there's the phone. We have the OnePlus 9 Pro right here. So let's take this and put it to the side for 1 second. Let's see what else we get in the box. So let's lift this up. Alright, and as you can see, in the box we actually have a charger and a cable. So as of now, OnePlus is still providing with a charger and a cable. And of course the charger itself, in fact, is a warp charger. This is a 65T warp charger. So it's going to give you super fast charging. You don't have to go out and buy an extra charger just to get that benefit. So that's at least one good thing that we have. Now let's put all this stuff aside. We do have a couple things here, by the way. So in this box here, okay, just a bunch of guides. No case in this box, okay? So you get the charger, the phone, and some guides. Let's divert our attention to the actual smartphone, see what that one is all about. All right, so here's the OnePlus 9 Pro. Let's get up close and personal. Let's quickly talk about the camera. So we have a quad camera system. We have a 48 megapixel main camera, a 50 megapixel wide angle camera, which is a super wide, and of course we have an 8 megapixel telephoto camera at the bottom here, and of course then we have a 2 megapixel monochrome camera. So we have 4 cameras, and of course you've got that Hasselblad logo at the bottom over there. So the overall shape looks pretty good over here. Now when I zoom out over here and look at the actual product, you can see that we have a little problem here. We have a shiny finish. This is like a mirror-like finish. So if you were to look at the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, you can see it is nice and matte. So it's not going to pick fingerprints as badly as this one, but you can use it at least as a mirror, as you can see. The other thing I want to talk about is the build quality. Now this phone here was $1,069. It's a top model, and the glass here, in fact, is Gorilla Glass 5. So most flagships like the S21 Ultra in fact use Gorilla Glass 7. This is going to be 5 and 5 front and back. So that's one thing I want to mention real quick. Now let's do a quick tour. We do have the volume rocker on the side. On the top you've got the microphone, as you can see, nothing else. On this side we have the button here to mute and unmute the phone, the power button. At the bottom we have the USB Type-C port, the SIM card tray, and of course the speakers. And that's basically all there is to it. When it comes to the tour. Overall, it looks great. The only problem, like I said, and that's a personal opinion, I do not like the glass finish. Look at that. You can already see the fingerprints right on top. All right, so let's turn this on, set this up, and see what the software is all about. All right, so that's what we have in the front. So I'm liking the shape. We have nice and thin bezels and a curved display. Now this display is 6.7 inches, okay? So that's a very large display. And of course 120 hertz, which is also another plus. It also has the LTPO feature with the display, so you can go from 1 hertz to 120 hertz intelligently to save battery. So let's set this up. Let me just skip this up and connect to a Wi-Fi network real quick. Okay, takes a couple seconds, checking for some updates. All right, so I'm not going to copy any data. I'm going to set this up as a fresh phone. Don't copy. It says just a second. And it's going to ask me to log into my Google account, most likely next. So let's do that right away. Okay, so that's all done. It's getting the information to finish the setup process for the account. Let's just agree to everything for now. Now you can either skip and go straight to the phone, or can continue setting up your phone. Let's just say continue instead of skipping everything. Okay, let's see what else it's going to ask me to do. Okay, so the Google Assistant is going to be set up right away. So that's all good. So I'm going to tap on next over here. That's all good to go. Now this one right here, I'm going to say not now for that. Okay, so we're going to skip that. So what else can we do here? We can change the wallpaper, add another email account, change the font size, or review additional applications. I'm going to skip that for now. No thanks. Let's see what happens. So getting your phone. Do you want to participate in this lab? Of course you want to say no to this one. So skip that, agree, and continue. Actually just say disagree to that button, and then it's going to ask you to set a screen lock. Okay, so let's set something up here real quick, something nice and easy. All right, and the next thing is, do you want to see the notifications on your lock screen when the phone is locked, or do you want to hide them? So we're just going to hide them for security. And the next thing, it wants us to set the fingerprint. Okay, so let's do that right now. So I'm going to tap on next. Okay, so let's click OK, and then let's start the process. All right, now this is in fact an optical fingerprint sensor. So it is, again, not as good as some of the ultrasonic fingerprint sensors that we have that you find on Samsung Galaxy S21 and even the Note 20 and stuff like that. So it's an optical fingerprint sensor, but from what I can tell, it's pretty fast. Okay, so let's we're going to check the speed in a second. Okay, so this has been added. I'm going to tap on done. So you do have the fingerprint option. Pick up a font. I'm going to just pick this one right here. Tap on next. Do you want to use navigation gestures or you want to use buttons? I'm going to go with button option. Okay, that's the way I prefer. A lot of people prefer navigation with Android 11. Tap on next and start. So we are now in our main screen. Now let me quickly share the specs. So this one has Snapdragon 888. It's got 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, and 4,500 milliamp hour battery. It also has super fast wired and wireless charging that will charge your phone from 0 to 100 in less than an hour, whether you do it wirelessly or wired. So that's certainly great. And we also have a 16 megapixel camera in the front that's only capable of recording at 1080p at 30 frames per second. The front camera does not do 4K. Let's quickly do some modifications here. So I'm going to go to my settings. I'm going to go into my display. I'm going to bring the brightness to middle here. I'm going to turn off adaptive brightness, and I'm going to tap on this one just for the video. I'm going to do 5 minutes. Now to modify your refresh rate, you have to go to advanced, okay? And then from here, you have to pick smart 120 hertz, or you can go with standard 60 hertz. It's going to save you some battery if you have this one. This one might eat a little bit more battery, but you're going to get that smooth effect, which I prefer. Now if I go back here, we also have the resolution. So I can do full high definition plus, which is the default, or I can go to quad HD plus. So let's confirm the switch. Okay, and I just want to go back here, make sure that we still have smart 120 hertz. So we do have that. So we have quad HD resolution with smooth refresh rate. So that's great. Now under display, under advanced, we also have this option right here, the front camera display area. So I can actually hide that camera and you get a full screen this way. Okay, so this is not a big deal for me. So that looks great. The camera, as you can see, is not in the middle. It's going to be on the top left. All right, let's look around a little bit. So let's pinch the screen. Let's look at the wallpapers. So we have the wallpapers here. That's the lock screen. That's the home screen. And if I go over here, these are all the various wallpapers. They're nice, okay? Nice and clean wallpapers. Some of these guys seem to be motion wallpapers, as you can see. So when I pinch the screen and tap on wallpapers, on the top corner of each wallpaper, there's an animation symbol. If you see that animation symbol, it's actually a live wallpaper. If you don't, it's going to be a static wallpaper like this one right here. Either way, they all look nice. Now, one more thing that we have is if I do go to the settings over here, and if I go into customization, we have this canvas feature that extracts lines from photos. So let's tap on it. It's a beta right now. So here's an example. We have a photo. So for example, if I tap on this guy here, okay, it says it works better with faces, but we're just going to try this one. Tap on preview, and it's going to analyze the subject. It's going to extract lines off of it to give you a nice effect. Let's see what this transforms into. So there we go, something really weird. But again, it did say it works best with the actual faces. Now, if I tap on play, looks like it shows you what it was and what it became. All right, that's what it became. Again, you want to take a selfie photo and try to do the canvas on it, see how it works. Now we can change the accent color from here. So I can change the accent colors of the phone. Let's do red. Tap on save. When I pull this down, these are going to be red. That's going to be red or a pinkish. We have the system icons. I can change the shape. So when I pull this down now, We have that the square with rounded corners. We got the icon packs and the fonts that we can change as well. If I go down here, we can also customize buttons and gestures. There's a lot to do here, just giving you guys a high level overview. Let's go out, let's launch the camera real quick. I just want to see how it looks while using the application. So we have this interface with the orange button. We got the video settings. Now under video, if I tap on this button here, I can actually go all the way up to 60 Hertz at 4K, or if I were to go to 8K, let's just go back to 30 and I can pick 8K. Okay, so you can do 8K at 30 frames per second, which is a plus. If I tap on settings, we have other options here as well. All right, that's fine. Now for some reason, when I'm in here right now, this is not running at 120 Hertz. This is at 60 Hertz. So it switched back to 60 Hertz for no reason. That's a slight problem. I'm not getting the smoothness in this menu. Okay, so it's automatic. Now it's back to 120 Hertz. All right. Now back in the settings at the bottom, okay, we have another thing known as utilities that gives you a bunch of extra options. We have the quick launch, we have the app locker, scheduled power on and off, pocket mode and whatnot. So there's a lot of customization going on over here. But yeah, that's basically the OnePlus 9 Pro. Now this one here, like I said, is $1,069. It is a great phone. It should be a flagship, but we do have some corner cutting here. Like I said, the build quality is not as good as other phones over $1,000. This is Gorilla Glass 5, not Gorilla Glass 7 or Victus. Also, the front camera is very basic. Like I said, video recording only 1080p at 30 frames per second. And then the other thing that I simply don't prefer to have, it does have a shiny finish on the back. But beyond that, this is an amazing smartphone, top of the line specs for performance, a very good and capable camera, but again, not as good as an iPhone or an S21 Ultra, that camera, but it's still going to be very capable. Overall, if you're a OnePlus fan, it's going to satisfy you, but it can do a little bit better for $1,000 plus. I would have preferred to have Gorilla Glass Victus, a better front camera, and as a personal choice, I would have preferred matte finish on the rear. But if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below and let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day, all right?